All right, if we've given you this exercise, it's most likely because you sit too much. This exercise is designed for the individuals that get really, really stiff and tight in through the middle back. So there's a lot of muscles that, because of sitting, are gonna compensate and be really restricted. So we wanna actually lengthen some of those muscles. And then a lot of these exercises are also gonna be very good for just general mobilization for the joints within the mid-thoracic spine. So if you find yourself getting that tightness burning in through the middle back, especially when you're at a computer all day, these exercises are gonna be for you. We encourage you to do these exercises also so you can hold your adjustments better and so that we can get more productive movements when you actually come in for your visits.
Okay, so here's your beginner thoracic mobility and stretch. And for this stretch, you're gonna need a chair and your glutes are gonna be closer to the edge. And with this stretch, you can see with Dr. Marley, he's gonna be hinging completely at the hips here as he's reaching his hands down. So his hands are gonna be in front of him and in between his legs. So you can see he's starting to hinge here at the hips. His back is completely flat. His cervical spine, we wanna make sure that it's neutral as well. So everything should be this parallel line here. And then with his hands, he's also gonna be making sure that he's reaching under. And you can see that his hands are free floating here, so you can just grab an object, any block of some sort, and you can just tuck it right under your chair. And same thing with this movement, you can see he's gonna hinge completely at the hips. It's all driven at the hips. He's stretching down, bringing his hands forward, and now you can see that his hands are resting on the block. That way he has some sort of base of support there. That way he's not trying to stretch completely and round out his shoulders. Okay, so here is your intermediate thoracic mobility and stretch, and this is a basic cow-cat. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna be on all fours, and hip is gonna be lined on top of and stacked on top of your knees, and shoulder, elbow, and wrist are gonna be nice and stacked on top of each other too. And with this stretch, what you're gonna do is going into the cow. So when everything starts to tilt in, you're gonna inhale. And with Dr. Marley, he's doing this perfectly. You can see that his hips are driving forward and he's also bringing that cervical spine up too. And then you're exhaling as you're bringing everything up. So he's starting to tilt that pelvis, everything's coming up, cervical spine's following suit as well. And then you can just keep teetering between the two, making sure that you're inhaling when you're in the cow and then exhaling when you're in the cat. Okay, so here's your advanced thoracic mobility stretch. With this stretch, you're gonna need a foam roller, and what you're gonna do is make sure that the foam roller is nice and stable behind you. And Dr. Marley, you can see he has it placed right under his scapula, so right under his shoulders. And what you're gonna do is you hold your head if it's too much for you, if you feel like you're straining there. And he's slowly bringing himself back. You can see that foam roller is still sticking around that upper thoracic region. And yeah, he's just starting to drop down his shoulders and really opening up that back and the chest area. And this is just to get a lot of that mobility out of the thoracic spine. Okay, so here's a variation of the advanced thoracic mobility stretch. So instead of having the foam roller in that horizontal way, you're gonna have it placed vertical. So you can see Dr. Marley's having it running parallel to his spine. And same thing, he has a nice stability on it. He's holding at his neck. He's slowly starting to drop himself back. Arms are able to drop back too, and he's really opening up in that chest region. So you're gonna feel that stretch in your pecs, but you're getting a lot of mobility there in your thoracic spine as well.